So, you know your Luka Doncic auto? It's fake. So there's an entire blowout forum thread on this subject, and it's been going for a few months, and so I'll put a link to it in the description below. But what it has is a lot of evidence of guys looking at autograph cards and signatures of Luka Doncic closer than they've looked at their wife and family over the last few years. But hey, beyond that, we actually see quite a bit of documentation and evidence here that Luka Doncic is definitely not signing all his autograph rookie cards. And in fact, a lot of the key ones that have come out later in the year in all of his sticker autographs practically seem like they've been signed by someone else. So what you just saw there was Luka signing for Fanatics, and he signed an exclusive autograph deal with him a few months ago. And I'll put a link in the description below to these items and the press release associated with. But we know that Luka signed these items because there's video evidence of it. Next up are these draft night signature cards that Panini acquires on the night of the NBA draft. And so while we don't have video evidence of this, I think we can fairly safely assume Luka Doncic also signed these as well. Finally, what we have here is a promotional item that the Dallas Mavericks created as a giveaway during a game. So I think we can also safely assume that the Dallas Mavericks, who pay Luka Doncic's contract, had him sign this as well. Now here's where things start getting interesting. Take a look at Panini's Donruss Optic set. Look at all these different variations of Luka Doncic autographs in just a single set. Here's that series of autographs again from Donruss Optic Basketball, sped up a little bit so you can see the changes. So if you had a fairly good eye there, you likely saw what appeared to be several different variations of Luka Doncic's signature on these Donruss Optic basketball cards made by Panini. Now, what I decided to do was crop the autographs for you and put them kind of in categories. The top row, to me, seems very rushed, but also seems fairly authentic and fairly in line with what we've seen Luka sign in the video earlier with Fanatics. The second line seems definitely less rushed and more deliberate, and almost spells out Lilu, L-I-L-U, and doesn't quite look like the signatures on the top row. Now, finally, the bottom row seems absolutely the most deliberate and definitely has, to me, a far more feminine touch to it and spells out Lulu. So I'll let you be the judge though. Here are 3 different sets of signatures I found just scanning eBay auctions for Donruss Elite Optic basketball cards. Leave me a comment in below. Do you think Luka Doncic signed all these cards? Now, what we've got going on here for you guys are absolutely smoking hot photos of Luka Doncic's mom, who many believe may be signing some of the cards that I just showed you. So, I have no idea if Luka Doncic's mom is signing his cards or not, but she can come over whenever she wants and we can chat about it. I'll stop talking about the smoking hot MILF and get back to the pictures of men. So it's certainly not unheard of to hear about an athlete changing their signature over the course of a season or their career. Certainly we've heard rumors about wives or agents or girlfriends signing cards as well. But normally the athlete makes the signature easier to sign and faster, not shorter and more deliberate, as we've seen in the case with Luka Doncic. Also worth noting is that Luka Doncic signed his name just in March for Fanatics in a live photo shoot, and that signature is almost identical to what he signed in the beginning of the year for Panini. So if I was in the market for a white basketball player's autograph that sold for thousands of dollars, I certainly would be careful which ones I bought. Personally, I would feel comfortable with anything that he signed for Fanatics since there is video evidence of it. And additionally, I think some of the Panini cards, especially the ones that came out earlier in the season, appear to be, at least to my untrained eye, authentic as well. Now, unfortunately, the autographs that I would avoid are on some of Luka Doncic's most collectible and most expensive trading cards. But ask yourself the question, would you rather have a $4,000 or $5,000 card that you weren't sure was signed by Luka Doncic, or just simply go to Fanatics and get a basketball or an 8x10 for a few $100 that you knew was for sure signed by Luka?